You're listening to Into Your Head, hosted by Neal, Ireland's version of the Octomom. Except he's a dude, and has cats.
Join me at a tremendously exciting moment. It's Into Your Head, number 576 for Wednesday. We've a lot to get on with today, items that need to be attended to, issues that need to be addressed, topics. Topics. We've got lots and lots of topics. We're positively booming to the seams with topics. It's absolutely fucking fantastic. That's what it is. It's fucking it's one of the finest concepts or situations, or whatever you call it, ever to bestride this fine community of ours. This community, me and 8 cats and my wife. That's the community. That's the only community here in this house. There's no other community. There are communities around the house, outside of the house, of which I suppose the house is part of. Although the house is like a donut in the middle of the community, because this house is not public property, nor is it even a public house. If it were a public house, that wouldn't mean it was public property. A public house is a different thing from a house that is open to the public. Although in a way it's not. But another way, let's not get bogged down in all these definitions. Suffice to say hello and welcome to the show. Monkey nuts, that's what they call them. They call them big steaming, galloping piles of, do monkey nuts cause piles? I've no idea. I'm not qualified. Just because I'm on the internet, that doesn't make me an expert in all things medical, as some people seem to think that if you're on the internet, that means you can wax lyrical on the internet, on medical issues of all kinds, such as, for example, the one I just gave, whether or not monkey nuts cause, whatever I said they might cause, some sort of digestive tract thing, didn't I say? Did I say piles? I think I did. Oh yes, that's where it was. Piles and piles of monkey nuts, which can be a whole different kettle of fish to a pile of monkey nuts causing piles. Oh, there's a cat. I got new glasses. I can almost identify my cats out on the public green now. It's absolutely fucking fantastic. That's either Muddy or Pippi, or I suppose it could be one of the neighbours' cats. I'm not sure now, but I think it might be Pippi, although she looks rather big for her size. So maybe not. I don't know. When she comes a little closer, though, I'll definitely be able to identify her, unless I don't look out the window at that moment, which is a distinct possibility, because I've got better things to do with my day today to state and staring out at cats on the public green. If the cats want to be stared at, they can come in here, although not while I'm recording, unless one of them happens to be stuck outside on the roof outside my window at this very moment, in which case when they appear at the glass I'll let them in, and then I'll shun them through into the landing upstairs. Do you call them landings abroad? The upstairs hall area, we call it a landing here. I don't know if you foreigners call it. Why would you foreigners call it a landing? Most of your buildings have 85 stories, so if the bottom floor is a hall and then the other 84 are all landings, that's not of any help. But if you're in a two-story building, you can say landing, and then people know that you're referring to the whole of the upstairs floor. It's perfectly simple. So maybe you have a different name for each floor. You call the first floor the land. That's another thing. The first floor over here is the first floor after you take the first flight of stairs. The one that you enter through the door on is called the ground floor. Unless, of course, you're in one of those weird buildings where the main entrance is in the basement, or they have a basement and then they have steps going up to the... let's not get... Suffice to say, we're in a bit of a hurry here. It's Tuesday, and this needs to go out on Tuesday night at midnight. And quite frankly, I've been busy. I've been bogged down in issues and topics, and what else? Oh, I've been bogged down in all sorts of things. I'm not as far ahead as on this thing as I'd like to be. I'd like to be at least a month ahead for the rest of the summer, because I have to go away at some point during the summer. Where's the frigging post? That's another thing. Where's the frigging post? It's probably in a van or on a trolley somewhere. Between here and the post distribution centre, I suppose. I think the current postwoman is off sick or something, because it's coming at all sorts of weird times, with all sorts of weird people operating the delivery. I say weird, I mean, they're just being different. There's nothing wrong with being weird. Don't get me wrong, I didn't say there was anything wrong with being weird. I just pointed out to how the people concerned were weird, and by weird, they're just being different. And there's nothing wrong with being different. Don't misquote me on this. If you misquote me on this, I'll deny I ever said it, and I'll be telling the truth as well. So don't. Oh, those two yellow post-its can come down. Those are no longer necessary. That's being dealt. Although that hasn't to an extent. So I'll leave that up there, but I can cross out the last 5 words at the bottom of it. That's what we'll do. Excuse me, multitasking here. As I say, issues that need to be dealt with, items that need to be attended to, topics. Oh, topics. Lots and lots. 2 cats walk into a bar. One of the cats straight away runs out through the window of the upstairs office before you even know it. That's why I know you're thinking, oh, I didn't even know the cat was up in the upstairs office. Exactly, that's what I mean by before you even know it. The cat had dashed up the stairs into an open upstairs office of the bar building and went out the office window and then down a fire escape. I say down a fire escape. I just used the fire escape as a rough line guiding it in the direction of the outdoors. It didn't really walk down the steps. It more or less jumped its way down, ended up down on the outside thing. Then I thought, wait a minute, what is the point of this exercise? I was trying to walk into a bar and now I got distracted, and here I am out on the public green area running around chasing birds. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Incidentally, I'm muddy. I know you can't quite make me out, but I'm muddy. Even though I'm further away now, and you've no way of knowing that other than by me saying it. And when I say it, I'm just an imaginary character in your story on your podcast, so it's still not confirmed. Although, why does it matter? You don't need to identify every freaking cat that's out playing on your public green. Fucking ridiculous. Don't be so OCD. OCD, incidentally, stands for obsessive compulsive disorder. That means you're disorder seems so obsessive compulsive order. An order is a thing with monks. Monks join an order and then they become obsessed with not speaking. That's what they do. I used to go to a mass on a regular basis that was run by Franciscan monks, and they used to talk and tell you, they talk right through the mass to the priest who did the mass. Whoever he was, a priest or a monk or a Franciscan priest, I don't know. You stand up and you say, hello and welcome to Mass. There was a fact people say that sometimes, it might sound odd, but they do say that at Mass sometimes, just like it's a TV show of some kind. They say, hello and welcome to Mass. And then he does some sort of formal, some sort of blessing thing or some prayer thing. And then they'll do the reading. They'll say, a reading from the reading from the latest Stephen King book or something more Bible related, whatever they chose, and some fellow would come up and say, hello, 2 cats walk into a bar. One of the cats straight away walks right up to the altar of the bar that's there for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's some weird version of a wake where they do the whole funeral mass in the pub, although I've never come across that. Although why would I? I haven't been to an awful lot of funerals in my life, I have to say. I've been to a few, but not many. There seems to be people there are some people who spend their whole life going to funerals. Every morning they get up at 6:30 and they'll check their calendar and say, oh, who's dead today? I can't remember. It's like Groundhog Day. I get up in the morning and have to go to a funeral. I don't know whose it is because I don't remember yesterday. So they'll check the listings. There's a listings in the newspapers over here. I don't know if you foreigners have it. They list deaths in the newspaper. They'll say, they'll be listed by in alphabetical order of name. It'll say, into your head, Neal. Died Thursday peacefully at home with his 8 cats. Survived by his 8 cats and wife. Not dead. This is just an example. Funeral mass to be held at the St. Franciscan Cat Church on the Bughall Road, Bray, yesterday, or whenever it is. That's just an example. I'm not actually dead, and there's no entry in the newspapers about my death as far as I know at the moment. Although I did yesterday create a blog post that will automatically be released if there's no activity by me on my website for 3 months. So if I'm ever dead, just wait 3 months and then check my website and there'll be a blog post saying, hello, this probably means I'm dead. Here's some things I'd like to say, and then that's it. I might make a podcast to go with it. I've been thinking I might make a podcast to be released automatically within 3 months of my death. Maybe I will. Will I use this one? I don't think so. Why would I? No, I'll do something original. It'll be the last ever episode of Into Your Head, because I'll tell you, as sure as Christ won't be letting anyone else take over this. No. Although if you're a listener, I'm going to be taking some time off during this summer for various holiday-related issues. So if you'd like to do a standing episode of Into Your Head, feel free. Just record it whenever you want and send it to me, and I'll put it out as a guest episode during one of my breaks, but that's beside the point. Anyway, hello, and on with the show. Now, I know what you're thinking there. Well, if you're a regular listener, I know what you're thinking there. You're thinking, usually he does either a 2 cats walk into a bar story or a monkey nut story. He doesn't usually combine the two. He seems to be grasping at straws today. That's the thing people say. They say, he's grasping at straws. I am not grasping at straws. And if I was, there'd be nothing wrong with that. Straws are perfectly usable. You don't say that about chopsticks, I can tell you. No, you'd be considered racist. You wouldn't say, look, that fella's grasping at chopsticks. He's got nothing else left to do except grasp for eating implements that are considered perfectly normal in his native Far East. But no, if you do it over here, you grasp at chopsticks. It's considered it's considered an act of desperation, except you don't say it, because you'll only say if it involves straws, and if they're metaphorical straws. No, there's no straws. That's the thing. There's no straws involved in this whatsoever. The straws exist purely in your head. At least if you said it about the chopstick fella, the chopsticks will be real, although not for much longer, because aren't chopsticks made of wood? I assume they rot pretty quickly after you put them in the waste, which seems rather wasteful if you don't mind me saying so, but that doesn't make me racist, and that's beside the point anyway. Incidentally, I notice you foreigners on sitcoms, you always put your Chinese stuff into these weird cardboard cartons out of which you attempt to eat them. That's not normal. In proper countries like ours, when you get a Chinese, they put the stuff either in a plastic thing with a lid or a foil thing with a cardboard lid, and you eat them with a fork. Stop with the crap. You don't put the stuff. Proper Chinese food has sauces in it. You don't put frigging sauce in a paper bag, for Christ's sake. A cardboard paper bag, because a cardboard thing, that's just pretty much a paper bag. That's for putting McDonald's fries in. It's not for putting frigging sauces. If your McDonald's fries came in a frigging curry sauce, I can tell you, I wouldn't expect them to put them in a paper pouch. No, he'd say, give me a proper fucking waterproof container for this. Waterproof container container, such as, for example, a boat, but not a boat. A boat is just an example, as is the whole, a straws thing. There's no straws involved here. Not that there'd be anything wrong with that if there was. There's not, as we established, nothing wrong with straw. I remember back in primary school when I was 6 or 7 years old, we used to get a carton of milk delivered to everyone in the class at lunchtime. One of the kids would go around with a pack of straws, hand them out to everyone. He'd reach out and you take your straw. Sometimes people would take 2 straws or 3 straws. Towards the end of the year when we were running low on straws, they'd say, no, take 1. You can't take 2 straws. You can't take 3 straws. I'll tell you, they never said grasping at straws though there, because we weren't expected to be familiar with these metaphors at that age. No, you're only expected to know 7 times tables, perhaps, maybe, or 8 times tables, and how to spell monkey. Absolutely. Although I was put in a special reading group during that year. I was put in a special group where we were given more advanced books. I remember reading a thing that went something along the lines of, I never got pneumonia, I never got flu, I never got new pajamas. There was trickery. They were loads of words beginning with PN, and I was expected to figure out how to pronounce them. They were trying to challenge me. I think they must have thought I was some kind of idiot savant who needed to be kept occupied and challenged. But no, I was perfectly happy with the normal books. But no, I was lumped in with these advanced pupils. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. There's more to life than advancing ahead of your time, you know. We're all in a hurry to get ahead on everything, get up above the crowd and get her life over with before everyone else and drop dead at 43. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Slow down. Slow the fuck down. Take a fucking chill pill. Chill of the pilly, not a real drug. I don't mean take frigging marijuana, because I don't think that even comes in a pill, does it? Does marijuana come in a pill? I don't think so. I have very little experience of these drugs because they're illegal here, and I'm a law-abiding citizen. I abide by the laws of the land. If I have a problem with them, I start a campaign, peaceful campaign against them. But I tell you right, I don't fucking break them. If you're a lawbreaker, you shouldn't be listening to this, even though it's perfectly legal to listen to this, unless you're listening somewhere where you're not allowed to listen to podcasts by law, in which case leave the country legally, of course. Do whatever you have to do, but don't be turning my podcast into a frigging crime, for Christ's sake. I want nothing to do with that. And if you're smoking marijuana while you're listening to this, you better damn well email me a copy of your medical permit, or wherever it is you have, because I'm sure as hell not having any of that crap polluting my airwaves. Although I suppose in a way it doesn't pollute my airwaves, it pollutes my earwaves. I can tell you, you can be damn sure to Christ as hell that I don't need my ears damaged in any way, or anything that can be damaged by stuff coming in through my ears, going to other parts of my person. No, my ear is not an attack point for you to infect me with whatever it is you're infecting those around you with. So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Into your head.
The podcast junkie says,
one of the funniest things I've heard.
The Kildare Nationalist calls it,
well worth a listen. Inevitably, you'll end up laughing.
Dave Fanning of RTE Radio 1 says,
40 seconds of that was enough.
I know what you're thinking there. You're thinking, this is great stuff, but how does he finance it? How does he justify spending day after day after day making these half-hour shows that come out every Monday, Wednesday and Friday except bank holidays? Well, that's an excellent question. It's mostly from you listeners shopping through my affiliate links, such as, for example, every time you shop at Amazon.com or Amazon.ca or Amazon UK, Instead of going directly to Amazon, go to intoyourhead.com, click on my Amazon links down the right hand side of the page, then go ahead to Amazon and buy anything. I get a generous cut and it helps the show. Just the other day I got, I used my Amazon US credit from my affiliate links to purchase a year's supply of water filters. It was absolutely fantastic. For Amazon won't let us foreigners buy very many things on their site now, so I have to find what it lets me buy and buy them. So I've stocked up on water filters because it allows those for some reason. By subsidising my water filters and certain other supplies, you're helping the show. You can also help it by shopping for pet supplies, prescription glasses shipped to anywhere in the world. What else? Pet supply. There's 2 pet supply links, one for UK and one for North America. There's frigging audible ads just like you hear on Mark Maron, except I get a cut. There's what else? There's lots of stuff, the usual. Down the right hand side of the page at intoyourhead.com. Feed your ego by doing that and then letting everyone know that you're a patron of the arts, which indeed you are. You, sir or madam, are a patron of the arts and you should be proud of it. You should go and tell everyone, get bumper stickers made saying, I am a patron of the arts because I support Into Your Head Radio. So should you. That's what you should tell people. Stand up and have a bit of pride. When you see me publicising my episodes on Facebook, don't just like it, share it to your wall, have a bit of pride in it. Say, here's a thing I listen to, share it to the wall, share the link and then add a little thing saying, listen to this, it's fucking fantastic. This is what I listen to because I have taste and I patronise the arts. That's what you do if you're a proper citizen of this world. Stand up, have a bit of pride in what you do and what you like and what you enjoy. On with the show. Vomitoriums and the Legal System by me. I've always been fascinated by the concept of the ancient Roman vomitorium. Constantly we are told that the Mediterranean diet is among the best in the world, yet for millennia upon millennia, these people have been regurgitating their supposedly delicious food almost as soon as they've eaten it. And we're not talking about teenagers with eating disorders here. These are men and women of all ages and sexes. Is that a word? I've never said this stuff out loud before. This is stuff I wrote many years ago. So I'm only now testing it through the tongue. Although my wife tested this through the tongue previously in a series in the early days of the show. But no, it's never been tested through my tongue before, so bear with me. Nowadays, of course, it is considered de rigueur for the young generation to stick their fingers down their throats and try to dislodge the chicken bone that's been stuck there since dinner time. In my day, it was considered sufficient to clear a path only through the zone that can be reached by a standard toothpick. Now, however, they not only have to poke the food out of their trachea, they even get their stomachs pumped by a medical professional because they have become heavy with liquids. Clearing a path through one's trachea, it must be remembered, is not remotely similar to clearing a path through a snowdrift on your front lawn. For one thing, if you don't clear your path, you can be held legally responsible for the injuries of anyone who comes to harm because of the frozen precipitation on the ground in front of your home. Leaving your throat blocked, on the other hand, has no consequences for anybody other than yourself, and most people are unlikely to attempt to pursue a writ against themselves in the civil courts, as it is very difficult to get one's legal costs back, even if they are awarded in full to the plaintiff. Furthermore, courts nowadays tend to dissuade members of the public from attempting to represent themselves unless they are well adept in the intricacies of the legal system and have shown that they fully understand the financial risks involved. Anyway, two cats walk into a bar. One of the cats is a trained lawyer and is able to get through his evening without doing anything that results in litigation against him. The other cat, sadly, knows nothing about the law and recklessly goes about flirting with female cats in the bar, spilling beer on the floor and offering drinks to other patrons. He thereby puts himself at risk of being sued for sexual harassment, negligence and manslaughter should the drink prove to be poisonous. Fortunately, none of these worst case scenarios happen, and a good night is had by all. I know what you're thinking there. You're thinking, oh, that's a new development now. A regular audio column based on the writing. Who does he think he is? Frigging Raymond Romano or someone, whoever that fella is who had his newspaper column made into a sitcom. I'm sure somebody did at some point. Oh, that other fella. Although maybe was Ray Bonanno a newspaper columnist as well? I don't know. Back in the old days before I did this, I used to write a lot, and I'm damn well bringing it to a new audience because I put a lot of time into that, and you people are too lazy to read it, so I'm reading it for you. It's an audio book, a free audio book that I'm supplying to you here. And not only that, if you want another free audio book, go to intoyourhead.com and click on my Audible ads and sign up for a free audio book as part of a 1 month free no risk trial. You can get the new Stephen King, or get that thing that they made a film about recently, the Hunger Games, or the Steve Jobs autobiography, all for free. You sign up, you do stuff, and then you leave. While you're waiting for that to happen though, enjoy my free audio columns here that I'm reading for you at my own expense. Absolutely fucking fantastic. I hope you're enjoying them. I certainly am. I mean, I enjoy my stuff, it being mine. It's perfectly not. You're allowed to enjoy your own stuff, you know. It's not illegal. I've had comments before when I broke down in tears of laughter at my own material here. If I can't enjoy something, then how the hell can I expect anyone else to? That's why I like all my own posts on Facebook. If I can't like it, I've no business expecting other people to like it. That would make me a damn hypocrite. And if there's one thing I'm not going to be ever, it's a hypocrite, because for one thing, I don't like that word. It's a stupid, a H and a Y, and then a crit at the end. It sounds like an insect. Sounds like a fake insect that you have in some sort of a kids movie or something, and I don't know, Rugrats. It sounds like something the Rugrats would find on their floor or something. They'd say, oh look, there's some crits. Let's go hunting down crits and we'll throw them into our mouths because we're just cartoon characters. It's not a problem. They're not going to harm us in any way. Then let's go and beat up our sister, and then piss off our parents, and then make it into a TV show that's apparently considered acceptable for youngsters to watch. What next? Next they'll be showing people murdering each other and saying, kids, look at this. The Pink Panther is going to chop off this fella's head and then suck his blood out of it with a straw, and then get some chopsticks and clear that path down to his liver, and I don't know, blow into his liver until it floats upwards. Although it won't float upwards if he's already drunk all the blood. It needs liquid of some kind to float up on. So maybe he'll leave the blood there until he manages to float the liver up to the top. Although you'll have to disconnect it first. How do you disconnect the liver? That's the question. Well, it's not a question in itself. The question is, will a Pink Panther be able to do that? Do you need to have being a surgeon? Although I suppose you don't have to. If you're operating on a dead person or someone who you're murdering, it doesn't really matter if you do it properly. You just need to do it effectively. You get the damn liver disconnected and float it up to the top of the neck and the blood, and then lift it out, and then you can do whatever you want to do with it. Is this weird? I don't know. Well, it's not considered weird when Hannibal Lecter does it. Why should it be considered weird when I do it? Just just because I'm not on your cinema screen in a frigging Omniplex in some shopping centre somewhere. Those shopping centres are full of kids, you know, and you're watching Hannibal Lecter eating someone's head. Absolutely fucking appalling. Get a fucking grip. Absolutely disgusting. You don't do that in front of kids. I certainly wouldn't anyway. No, you do that in the privacy of your own home. That's why Netflix was invented. I must check if Netflix have a scheme where I can advertise them and make money out of it. Anyway, for now, good morning.
Sit, Bubba. Sit.
Good boy, Bubba.